as things were heading in the direction they are, then we started thinking, oh my gosh, we might not come to a resolution with the former company we work for. So we should get our thoughts on tape. Like, if I thought it was going to get here, I would have recorded 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But we just started. So last week, when it first started seeming like, hey, man, we might not be at the ticket anymore, let's record something. Perhaps people would be interested in very emotional Dan and Jake. And so we did. We recorded that. And then, as things, that wasn't emotional, because the next week happened, and then things really heated up, and that got very, very emotional. And then we recorded one of those, the Friday. Did we record Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Friday when I think people felt more closure on it, because the Musers and the Hardline did segments saying these guys are gone. And we said, let's record stuff now because it's actually real. And I don't remember what we said at all, but I do know that's a full hour talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe about my new lottery bit, which I'm going to fill you in on in a second. But those are 2 hours that are in the can, and we will be releasing those soon, somewhere in the next, couple of weeks. But we got other stuff to talk about first.
We do. So I don't know how much more ticket talk you would like to do here. I'm kind of done.
Yeah.
With it a little bit.
I actually wanted to do ticket talk in a general sense, in the sense where the ticket fits in the media landscape in Dallas, because right now we can do some things we've never been able to do. Now, they could be saying naughty words. That's the lowest hanging of the fruit that we're able to do. But also, I think it's very weird that a radio station called The Freak has changed their lineup about the same time that all this is going down. And I've always been fascinated by, obviously we talk, media all the time, but I've been fascinated by the local media scene. And so we can talk about that. I don't know if we have opinions or anything, but it's, The Freak changed their lineup. The Freak is obviously something most P1s know about, just because it's, a lot of our friends work there, guys who were actually on the ticket work
Sure.
there. And even the guys who aren't on the ticket. Well, I guess Ben and Skin used to be 20 years ago. But we know Kavanaugh. We know, wait, is Kavanaugh the only guy over there that hasn't been on the ticket?
Yeah, I mean, I think they have maybe some bit players that I'm not super familiar with, but if you're talking hosts.
Yeah, hosts.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I mean, yeah, because Christina was in production, but she was there,
Yeah, Ben and Skin were 20 years ago weekend guys on the ticket.
Yeah.
Of course, Mike Reiner started the ticket.
The first time I was actually ever on the air at the ticket was with them.
Who, Ben and Skin?
Well, actually, you know what? That's not true. The first time I was ever on the air after I came back from college. So I interned for 2 years, and then I came back in, and I got on the air with them because I kind of knew Skin from, he taught me how to make beats. Stupid thing I used to do. We
use Skin beats in our,
of course,
the Bad Radio Open for many years.
Many people still do, actually, for live spots. I got on the air with them to tell the Sex for Points story the first time. But it was, as you are well aware, things that happened during dry dock, sometimes just much like, why, lady? No one really heard it. But I did go up to the station after I had interned for 2 years. I went back up there and told them that story. And, yeah. So, yeah, we know.
Anyway, the news, in the sense that the news shocked people, our news, of that we're no longer at the ticket, I was kind of shocked by the Freak doing a bunch of lineup changes. So I just find it very interesting, at least, that these are all happening at the same time.
I was, but I'll tell you, I honestly believe this. I think I said this in a couple of different of those ticket stock AMA things. I don't know if it's like having kids or just like how you progress in life. I just don't think that much about anything that's not what you and I are doing that much anymore. It's kind of why I stopped using Twitter as much.
The Don Draper meme.
Which one?
He's in the elevator talking to a guy. He's like,
I don't think about you at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then, yeah, that one.
I'm interested in the media landscape.
For sure. No, I mean, we
But-
talk about McAfee. We talk about, like, what's happening with ESPN layoffs and Disney and et cetera. But, I don't know, people will hammer you with, like, what do you think about this? And you're like, I just don't really that much. And maybe I should. Maybe it would make me a better member of the industry to be more concerned about this and that. But, I don't know, man. I just got to a point where I just felt like my day was, I got all this dumb kid shit I gotta do, and then I want to do the show. And outside of that, I wasn't really doing too much else thinking about the world. Like, I literally stopped, like, caring about politics, you know?
Yeah.
Like, stuff that I used to be really fired up and charged up about. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Just do whatever you're doing over there.
Well, I'm very interested in all forms of media right now. I'm very interested in how do people monetize YouTube shows?
Well,
How do people?
I think we're about to learn.
I'm really interested in. So, is 44,000 views for one video? Is that good? To me, it feels good. And then you go look at Dude Perfect, and they would
take that down.
be bankrupt. Yeah,
They would be very disappointed. Yeah.
But maybe we could say, whatever our original thing we do, it's like Dude Perfect when they were in their backyard in College Station or in Bryan or wherever.
I
they
wish you
lived.
wouldn't.
Oh, why? Because that raises the bar a little too high.
Well, no, I
Like
just
you
wish
just want to survive.
I wish that I would not in any way have a lasting memory of you comparing this situation to what Cody, Kobe, Tyler, Taylor, Tatum.
Well, don't you always play the "Which one are you"?
No,
with your
I don't.
friends.
I
That's
don't.
What,
I've
I mean,
never,
we used to do that with Friends, the
Yeah.
TV show, and now it's
No, I never did that either.
now it's
I didn't do that.
Which
either.
Dude Perfect member are
I
you?
never did any of that. That sounds terrible, actually.
I've always thought you're
Shut
like a
up.
Tyler. You're more Tyler.
I don't even know which one that is. I don't want to know. Easter baskets. Just don't want to do it. It is kind of funny. I don't know if your wife has done this to you. We might have mentioned this in one of the two that we have in the can. But my wife is super supportive. But she's kind of trying to thread the needle between, I know that this is a really big deal to you, and also, you're not a big deal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, she kind of occasionally will give me the reminder of, like, you host a radio show.
Yeah.
You write a small article 3 times a month. Like, that is the extent of your existence. So let's chill out over here. I'm thinking you're Brad Pitt or something. But they want to be supportive and say, hey, I understand this is like, you know, it's a big deal in your life, but also, like, come change his diaper.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't talk to my wife about the station, and she never listened and all that kind of stuff. So I think she's now thinking that I am a bigger deal than she thought, because people are. We were walking out in the neighborhood this week, and we live in an older neighborhood. There's a lot of people who have lived here for 30 years, and so one of our 70-some-year-old neighbors was walking by, and she's like, "Oh, been reading about you." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
What are you reading?" And that was the first
How do your old eyes even still work?
No, that was the first person, because I'm upset that you said somebody, like, you haven't gone out at all, but somebody, you know, saw you at a restaurant and brought it up, and you.
They cried.
And when you told me that, I was thinking, you know, no one has really said anything to me, and I'm going out every day. I'm going to the grocery store. I'm going to the gym. And so I've taken to I have a ticket jersey with my name on the back from an old great game, and I've been wearing that around.
Yeah.
And, you know, running up and down the aisles, just kind of looking for somebody to say, hey, we miss your show, and nobody has, so...